Like I promised you guys, I'm going to be trying to do these live streams at least once a week. Um, I'm not gonna wait for anyone to come in because they're gonna be short live streams just to give you guys a few tips that you should do during the week or just reminders. Okay, so for this live stream, we're gonna be talking about why you must lift weights, why you must do strength training, okay, why you must do weightlifting. Okay, that is good. uh, Cardio is good. Okay, but if you don't lift weights in the gym, at home, I don't care how you lift weights, you need to lift weights. You need to do some sort of strength training. You need to do some sort of weight lifting. All those three statements can be the same depending. People say weightlifting because they usually use weights to do their strength training. But weightlifting, uh, lifting weights, all translate to strength training. So number one, why you should lift weights for fat loss, why it's very important, because you guys need to understand the science behind fat loss, the science behind lifting weights. Number one, the first thing you should know, our body moves because we have muscles. Muscles are the reason why you can move your body. Otherwise, you would have bones and that's it. You wouldn't be able to move your arms. You would have the bones in your arms, but because of the muscles help you move. Even our eyes have muscles. So our body is really made of muscles to help us move. Okay. So when you don't build your muscles, guess what? They are dying. If you don't strengthen your muscles, they are dying. If you don't lift weights to build your muscles, to help them grow bigger and stronger, they are dying. So when you lift weights to build your muscles, it's called hypertrophy. That means you break down the muscle fibers, the body rebuilds them, they become stronger, they become bigger. You get that nice little shape, which for us endomorphs, we are blessed. Yes, we have the curse that we easily gain fat, but we are blessed with good genetics that once you put in the work consistently and lift weights the right way with proper technique and proper diet, you are going to build an absolute crazy physique, and everyone will be looking at you and they can tell you really lift weights. Like for me, guys, take an example for me. All I need is to put on a nice fitting shirt, and everyone will know that I go to the gym. They didn't even have to ask why, because I put in the work to lift weight, and once I lift weights, my muscles easily grow quick. Okay, and they grow nicely. That way I have a nice shape. Now imagine that shape. You guys have seen all my photos. Now imagine that shape when I don't have any fat. I may have maybe 15 or 14 or 13%. I have a crazy physique. Okay, so that's the power of the endomorph. Okay, so number one, you lift weights because your body moves, because you have muscles. You lift weights to strengthen and to help your muscles grow. When you don't grow your muscles, when you know muscles are not getting stronger, they're not growing bigger, that's called atrophy. Got it? Hypertrophy is when your muscles are you're building your muscles to become stronger and bigger. When your muscles are dying and they're becoming weaker year after year because you don't lift weights, because all you do is cardio and diet, your muscles are in a state called atrophy, means they're dying slowly. That's why you see someone who lifts weights at the age of 80 still walking good, and someone who has never lifted weights at the age of 60, they need walking sticks because their muscles are not as strong to lift their body weight anymore, because they've not been building their muscles over time to be that strong. So you need to lift weights because, first of all, you need your muscles to be strong to help carry your body, to help you move. That's one. Your muscles are also going to help you keep your joints strong. So whether it's elbows, shoulders, knees, everything. But all this, you need to lift weights very carefully with good form, so that you don't get any injuries. I've had some injuries because I wasn't lifting the right way, you know. So you need to lift weights the right way. You need to learn how to do that, And like I told you guys, I'm going to be coming up with a Patreon behind the scenes for the people who want to support me, for the people who want details. Because when I make these videos, guys, like I said, I just give general information to help you guys on your journey, fat loss or fitness journeys. But if you want any details, if you want personal consultation and all that, I'm going to come up with a Patreon behind the scenes where I'll be making private videos for people who want to support me. Okay, so number two, why you should lift weights is because once you build your muscles, guys, let's say I go to the gym today, right? And I lift weights, guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna tear down my muscle fibers. All right. But remember, once you tear down your muscle fibers, you're gonna have to eat food. And guess what the body does with the food that you eat? It repairs the muscle fibers that you did tear down in the gym or wherever you lift your weights or you do your strength training. All right. So what does that do? It keeps my metabolism high. What does metabolism help with? If your metabolism is high, that means the rate at which your body burns the food that you eat stays elevated. What does help? Well, how does that help you? Well, guess what? If your metabolism is elevated or most of the time, and all the food you eat gets used by your muscles that you're working out, ta-da, you're not going to be fat. The body's going to keep up the fat. Because remember, guys, the body stores the fat as excess calories because you don't use the calories in any way. So instead of you doing one hour of cardio, if you don't really have time, do half hour weights, half hour cardio. But I'm telling you, if you do lift weights, you don't even need that much cardio. You know why? Because you're already taking care of the extra calories from lifting weights. Because when you lift weights, the body keeps burning those calories right even hours even after you leave the gym. But for cardio, it's like cardio and that's it, unless you do high intensity cardio or high intensity interval training. Okay, HIIT. That's the only time the body will keep burning calories right hours even after you're done with working out. But once you lift weights, your body keeps burning those calories even after you leave the gym, because the muscles are torn and the body needs the food. And when the body is really needs to repair those muscles, your metabolism stays elevated, hence helping you with your fat loss journey. The final point is, once you lift weights, you don't want to, it's going to help you get a good physique, but also you don't want to lose fat and just be skinny or skinny fat. You don't want to be overweight, lose weight, and it's like, okay, you just lost fat, but you didn't lose, you don't look like you lift weight. You don't look like you go to the gym. You don't look like you're in shape. Okay. Someone may be like, oh, you've lost weight. If you guys, any guys who really lift weights, who go to the gym consistently and lift weights, after some time when somebody hasn't seen you in a while, let's say 6 to 8 months, and you've been really going hard, you've been staying consistent with your diet, you've been staying consistent with your weights, there's a difference between someone finding you saying, hey man, you've lost weight, and hey man, you're really in shape. Those are two different things. You are in shape when someone finds you and compliments you and says you are in shape, and someone else finds you and says you've lost weight. Those are two different compliments. One person looks like they actually work out. Another person just looks like they starved themselves or did hours and hours of cardio and they lost the weight. So you want to be the person, you want to be the guy, you want to be the woman that's a friend of yours finds you in 6 months, in 8 months and says, man, you look so, you have such a good, you're in a very good shape. Oh, you look fit. Those are the type of compliments that you want someone to give you. Okay? So, again, you want someone to find you and be like, man, you look like you're really in good shape. Or even if they say you look like you've been working. Have you met someone and be like, hey, you've been working out? They can't ask you, hey, you've been working out like that if your muscles are not in good shape. If you don't have that physique that shows you've been putting in the work. That's the only time someone is going to be like, you've been working out? Oh, man, you've been going to the gym? When someone gives me that eye, like, you're also going to look and be like, man, I've been getting it. But rather than someone finding you, oh, you've lost some weight. Oh, you've lost weight. Oh, you look like I haven't seen you in a while. You've lost weight. If you've been lifting weights and building your physique and looking good, and you've been doing the cardio and the diet at the same time, you're going to lose fat, but most importantly, you're going to have a good physique. So when your friend of yours finds you, they're going to be like, you look fit. And you feel good because all the hours you've been putting in the gym are worth it. Okay, so those are type of compliments you want, but those compliments only come if you do some type of strength training. Now, some of you are gonna be like, I can't get to the gym. How can I do strength training? How can I lift weights? You may have to buy some resistance bands, okay? But at the end of the day, you may have to find a way to get weights. Whether you're gonna buy weights at home and learn how to build muscles at home, or you're gonna have to invest and sacrifice, guys. That's one thing you guys forget. This lifestyle is about sacrifice. Okay, sometimes I have to get up so early to go to the gym because I know for the rest of the day I'm going to be so busy. But I know how I feel when I go to the gym. But most importantly, I know how I feel when I see my body changing, my body becoming exactly what I want it to be. Because this is our body, so you got to take care of your body. All right, so guys, this I wanted to make this a very short live stream. I don't want to go overboard. I'm just gonna read. Someone left a chat. I'm just gonna see if I can see the chat. Robert Mankera says, tapping in, going to buy you some coffee when I get to my goal. Thanks. Thank you, Robert. I'm not gonna be doing buy me a coffee anymore. I'm gonna open up a Patreon, and that's how you can support me. Okay, finally I have a lady. Rose, I'm gonna give you 1 minute. If you have a question, just type in your question, Rose. I'm gonna give you 1 minute because I don't want to make my live streams too long. Rose, if you have any question, thank you for tapping in. Type in your question right now if you have any questions so I can answer it and close the live stream. Because I don't want my live streams to go to 15 minutes, okay? But I want to do live streams every week, at least once a week. Rose, if you don't have a question, that's fine. If you don't have a question, okay, thank you, Rose. I'm gonna be out. Thank you, you're joining, but I'm going to go. But so all you gotta do is go back and watch why you should lift weights, why you should do strength training for your fat loss, why you should do do any weightlifting for your fat loss. So for you guys, at the end of the day, you may have to sacrifice, find a way you can get to the gym, maybe find resistance bands, or maybe buy some small weights for your home if you can't get to the big weights, or if you can't go to the gym. But remember, this is a lifestyle of sacrifice, okay? Because you want to be a different person in 6, 8, 12 months. Okay, so this is a lifestyle. You have to sacrifice. You may have to give up on some other lifestyle habits, or drinking too much, staying out too late if you know the next day you have to go to the gym. It's just a sacrifice. Depends how good you want your body to look. All right, okay, enough of the talking. This is the live stream for this week. I'm not sure yet which days I'm going to be doing live streams, but just know I'm going to push myself to do at least one live stream a day, one live stream a week. And then obviously I'll be giving you guys one video, posting a video as well. Have you ever dealt with joint pain? Yes, Rose, I deal with knee pain mostly because I used to run too much and I wasn't taking care of my knees. But now I take some fish oil and I rest myself. So when I do leg training, I try to rest, and then I also use knee pads when I'm doing my legs. So I have some joint pain, but what I do is I may have a week where I do heavy weights for my legs, and then I'll have the next week I'll do lightweight. But also I try to leave at least 3 days in between before I do legs again. But also I don't run as much as well. I try to do cardio on machines that don't involve using too much knees, like elliptical, or I just walk instead of running, or doing the Stairmaster. So Rose said, joint pain has limited my ability to work out the way I want. It depends on the type of joint pain, but most people have knee pain as their most biggest issue. At least for me, for knee pain, I take fish oils. I try to not lift heavy weights for my leg workouts week in, week out. So if this week I lift heavy, next week I'll go light. I may even skip another week without doing legs completely, because I want this to be my lifestyle for the next 30-40 years, and I don't want my knee pain or knee joints to be the reason why I don't work out. So you want to space your workouts. You don't want to go too heavy all the time. You want to take your fish oils. You also want to use maybe some machines and not just completely empty squats or free weights. You may use some machines, and then use the right form. Okay, so if you're working out, you want to make sure you use the right form, the right technique, because sometimes people get pain because they use the wrong technique in the workout. You may have to research exactly. And those are things I'll be talking about in my Patreon for those of you who will be supporting me. To only be $5 a month if you want to support me. Those are some of the details I'll go into when I make my Patreon. Um, so Rose, those are some of the things I'll be talking about. But those are some a few tips I can give you. Just go easy on it, or do workouts that don't involve too much of the joint pain you're talking about. If it's your elbows or your knees, just do other workouts that you can always find that you can still do, but they don't, you know, bring too much pain for you. Um, yeah. All right, guys, I'm out. I'll be posting the video for this week, sometime this week. I don't know when, but I'll be coming back with a live stream next week. I don't know which day. I can't promise which date. Maybe Sunday, maybe Monday, like today, maybe Tuesday. I don't know. Just depends, but I'll make sure I do at least one live stream a week, at least for the next 3 months. All right, guys. Thank you for your support. Subscribe, like the video. Always support your boy. I'm out. Peace.